Hello, and welcome to Comfortable Shoes Studio. I'm Leslie, and in this episode, I'm going to do another little simplified figure study. I'm going to start out with a horizon line and a vanishing point, as I have been. A couple of little vanishing points. And I'm using an Inktense pencil. And I'm going to use some water brushes. We'll use this one because it looks like it's got some color sucked up into it. And that one too. I've got some very inexpensive water brushes. So we're going to play with those. And I'm going to get out my little Y Plus palette that I've been using and have completely fallen for. And I've made this little water cup for it out of a deodorant cup. You can find that little hint and tip video. I'm going to use that along with this magnet to hold it in place, just like that. All right, so to get this ready, I am going to add a few drops of water. I'm probably not going to use all these colors. I kind of want to put some of these figures in a bit of a scene instead of just having them hanging out, floating in space as I have been. Might end up using a regular travel brush. I've got a bunch of them. But I want to put some figures in. Actually, I want to try the blob again that I had tried previously. Let's get a sponge here. Oh, I almost forgot to put some water in my little water cup there. All right. I'm gonna put some Inktense on that, and let's see. I want to put a relatively. I'm gonna try. That's right. I said I was gonna do the blob again. One's already got a head going on. Got kind of a little trio of figures going on. And let's give them some legs. And of course, I do some shadow coming out at roughly the same angle. I think I'm going to need to come in with probably some. We'll just use what's on here to darken that. And that's just a sort of muddy whatever is already left. I think let's have this figure carrying a bag. I think This figure should also have a little crossbody satchel thing. All right, I'm happy with those figures. Now, let's get some color going up. This brush is very hard to squeeze. I think I'm just going to switch over to a regular brush. Just trying to get kind of as even a layer of water to put a wash for sky on here. So these figures feel more figure-like without, going with too much detail. And there's some detail there, right? But not a lot. All right, there's a lot of blue in this image. Get some of this cool red, a little alizarin crimson. Maybe it's a little sunrise. Maybe we'll get some orange in there too. Yeah, why not? Let's get some orange in here. We're headed to work. A little yellow. Give that a little bit of a tip. And now let's get some of this ground in here. So this is Inktense, so, well, most of it's Inktense, some of it is regular watercolor. So we can go quite a bit right over the top of this. It shouldn't lift. It's not, I don't think it's totally dry, but it's mostly dry at this point. Let's add a little green. All right, and in terms of that, get a little burnt sienna, and then this blue, make a nice gray color. More of that blue, nice cool gray. I'm just lifting up some of that because that was pretty intense. And yeah, this is pretty wet. Got a bunch of scratches. I think that's from the plastic. Yeah, that's from the plastic ferrule. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna try and pull this off and tip this. I want that orange to kind of spread a little bit. So I kind of like that. No, it's not really, I don't know. I like it. That's all that matters, right? I'm going to avoid that halo effect of not getting to the figure. Okay, I like the idea of it being like sunrise. All right, I like that. I'm going to hit it with the heat gun, let it dry out. All right, I like that one. I'm going to grab another piece of paper and do another little scene with some more of those little figures. So that's number 6. Or do I count that as 4? I'm going to try some more blobs. Got some more of the ink tents. Still wet over here. All right. Let's get some more legs. Alright, let's get this slightly darker. Making those legs a little legs and giving some little defining lines between them. And maybe we need to have like some buildings off in the distance. Yeah, a little sidewalk thing. And here we need a big old building over here. Just kind of letting my imagination go wild here. And I'm just using, the dirty paint. And I think this feels like quitting time. I'm just going to put some dirty water on here. And so I think I'll do some pink color for sunset. blue up here. I think I want that to kind of blend downward a little bit, letting it smear all over the place because that's what I like. It's the fun part of watercolor to me is how it blends and behaves in ways you don't always expect. I think I want to get some more of that red up in here. Lift some of that. And get some more of this dark in here. Alright, so I'm just kind of playing around at this point. Trying to get some buildings and stuff. I want to get some more dark. Alright, so that's number 7. I said I think I said I wanted to do like 50 of these. I'm gonna hit it with the hairdryer. Heat gun. All right, so now that I've done that, I think I'm going to go back into it with this my ink tints. Just get some texture. I mean, these are just meant as studies. Get some darker dark in there. I'm actually really kind of enjoying how these are just really super simple, but you definitely get a sense that there's something else, like there's a story here, right? Like you could totally tell yourself a story about what's going on here. I like the texture of these as well. I'm gonna add a little bit more water, just liven up some of that. Now that I'm adding more dark up in here, I feel like I need to add something lighter on some of these figures. or really darken this value in here, bring those figures into even darker territory. So this is just fun, imaginative play, really. I mean, I'm learning as I'm playing with making this. I think this is where I need some neocolors, or maybe not these. Let's try for this figure, just to lighten it up a little bit, keeping the blue. And going with some black, which is not something I use very often in my drawings, although lately for urban sketching I've been using a little bit more black, but in combination with specific blue. Okay, and of course I got that all over my hands. I need to find some of my pencil extenders so that I can extend my little chunks of neocolor. All right, I kind of like that. I think that's fun. I'm going to do another blob, so that was fun. Do another little blob drawing. There's another sheet of that same paper. I don't remember which paper this was. I got it off Amazon. All right, I'm going to do another horizon line. Well, I think I'm going to do the vanishing point over here. All right, so I think I'm going to drop some lines here for buildings. I'm going to have the front of the building. The building's going to go off into the distance. And then we can't see that one. And this side is going to have some traditional peaked houses. All right. And let's try some figures with neocolor blobs. I'm going to go in with, what is this? No, not Prussian blue. Let's do purple. This violet. I'm going to keep with the blobs. I'm going to do and that purple is going to have that be a shadow color in there. And then have this be the front of the building, and then the sky to start. And then that would also be in shadow. And do it in a slightly different shadow color. All right. Use some blue. Yeah. All right, let's add some water to these blobs. Do spread this out a little bit. A little bit of gray going on there for heads. And we're going to use that on the legs as well. Also to give a little bit of division between these. And let's add some color here. Spread out this neo color a little bit. Yeah, might have gotten it a little too close to that same purple. All right, let's get the yellow, which is going to turn greenish apparently. I got too much blue on my brush. I'm very much seeing this as a sunrise again. just giving the watercolors a place to flow here. Letting that muddy mix do its thing. That's the thing that I kind of appreciate about the Neo colors is that they really do alter how the watercolors flow on the page. And they actually lift pretty well when if you decide that you want to do any lifting. Or is it that they aid in lifting? I don't know. But I'm enjoying this. The figures got a little lost in the muddy watercolor. I'm going to use a rag here to lift up some of that, because what I'm actually looking for is that kind of fun gray. I'm going to get that purple back in there. I'm going to give that a little touch of water to spread it out. I'm going to get those shadows back. All right, and I feel like those figures have kind of lost their definition, or this figure has. Let's get some more dark there. And I'm going to go in with the Inktense, but I'm going to wet it. Get some more texture and dark in there. Yeah, like with some of these, you would be seeing just a silhouette this early in the morning. But I do want to give them a little bit more definite. There we go. All right, I like that. Give a little bit more shadow. All right. I like that one too. Okay, so that's today's session. So I did 3. I feel like I've been doing like 3 of them a night or a session. 6. Yeah, so I'm at 9. So this is where I started doing a little crowd, and then blob crowds, and then some individual figures in a crowd, and then I practice with paint marker. Those are really, it really shows how the different materials impact. This is just straight ink tints. I mean, maybe I'll go back into that and add some more color and stuff. And then this is fat paint markers and some brush paint marker with watercolor to give it some definition. And then this was, what was this? This was number 7. Let me mark that. Making just blobs and then defining them. This one was number 8. It's a little muddy. And then this one is number 9. All right. So yeah, a little muddy with my colors, mainly because I'm just clearing off my little palette here. This one's a little brighter. It's intense though. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this a lot. This is a lot of fun. All right, so that ends this session of little blob people. And we're going to try and figure out, like, how do I count these figures? Because I want to do 100 of them. Do I do 100 of these? Or does that count as 3 figures? Does that count as 5? Because I don't think well, maybe that does count as multiples. That one, I don't know. How do I count these figures? Maybe I'll just count each one of these as a figure study. All right, with that, thanks, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.